Hello there, fellow zombie slayers. My name is Stanley557, and today we will be discussing the map Voyage of Despair and its gauntlet, Unsinkable. Now, Unsinkable is the first of many gauntlets to be released during Black Ops 4, and as of the time of writing this script, Vinny VD zombies will just be coming out. Unsinkable pits the players against 30 customized rounds of zombies with different restrictions or challenges each round. These can range from using specific weapons for the round, or to defend an area of the map. These challenges are of course difficult, but prove to be a fun challenge most of the time. So here's an easy to understand guide on how to beat this gauntlet. I would highly recommend using the perks Mule Kick, Dying Wish, Quick Revive, and Stamina Up as the perks to take with you, Wraithfires as the equipment, and the Hammer of Valhalla as the specialist weapon. Round 1 should be easy enough, but a simple swipe can land the player with a strike. Round 2 is easy enough too, and the Stiletto Knife makes quick work of 3. Now for round 4, I would highly recommend making your first perk slot your cheapest perk, or use a talisman to have it when the game starts. Round 5 is interesting, to say the least. Purchase the Essex and fight to the death with its terrible fire rate and damage. Headshots make the round a lot easier. Round 6 and 7 are pretty self-explanatory, and it should be noted that rounds 6 through 9 are also perfect rounds to level up your specialist weapon for round 21. During these rounds, I would highly recommend buying only doors, and I would avoid hitting the box until exactly round 9 when the game asks you to do so, using your specialist weapon, Wraithfires, and Essex to complete the rounds. The players should avoid all perks until every door has been opened. Round 10 will require some swift and strategic movement from the player to escape alive, or you can simply camp on top of the stairs. Round 11 requires all the doors to be opened. Now, I don't know if this round is glitched, but the game will send an abundant amount of zombies the player's way more than the usual round 11. The player should take this opportunity to build a massive amount of points and attempt to collect the Stoker's key from the Stoker. Once all the doors are open, I would now highly recommend grabbing perks and using any extra money to hit the box. Round 12 is easy enough. Just build up more points or fill up the Stoker's chest. Make sure to obtain the Kraken within the coming rounds, and save the free Kraken for later on in the gauntlet. Round 13 requires a double Pack-a-Punch weapon. This would be the round when I would open up the Pack-a-Punch, so that it is on the aft deck for as long as possible. Round 14 requires the players to survive without perks. A Blightfather is guaranteed to spawn. Round 15 is the defense of the poop deck. Simple enough. I would highly recommend the player will now have a Kraken, a secondary double Pack-a-Punch gun, and a multi-packed Essex with 1 or 2 Pack-a-Punches plus. Oh yes, round 16, the devil strikes again. Use the Essex only. Aren't you excited? Round 17 is pretty easy, as you can kill zombies by getting headshots. Note that you won't lose if you don't get a headshot from zombies, but they just won't take damage and be killed unless you get a headshot with it. This is easy enough with the Kraken because the weapon does enough surrounding damage. Round 18 is one of the tensest rounds in the gauntlet. The player needs to simply not pick up a power-up. Sounds easy enough, but there's a catch. The power-up drop rate per zombie has been cranked to the max. Nearly every other zombie will drop a power-up, and if the player backs into a power-up, you'll get a strike. My main strategy against this round is to only shoot zombies that spawn in front of you and keep constantly walking backwards through the map. If any zombies spawn behind you, you should simply remain calm and try to find a way so they end up in front of you. It is very dangerous though to try and train in these areas. Anywhere but here is helpful in case you end up in a pickle. The riskier strategy that I am doing in this video requires the player to run trains in these 2 spots on the poop deck, and avoiding the power-ups by killing zombies hordes at a time, and alternating between the 2 spots per horde. Homunculus also make this step a lot easier too. Round 19 is another easy round, if you can avoid getting hit. The player more or less has Blood Dead on for the entire round, and the players should be careful and kill zombies at a range. Using the specialist weapon is also effective. Round 20 is the beautiful Stoker challenge. This is where the Kraken is extremely effective, but any gun will do. The player should utilize the close quarter space around the area to turn corners very quickly when a barrage of fire attacks are being performed by the Stoker's hordes. In solo, you'll need to kill at least 10, 2 players 15, and so on. If you not yet obtained the Stoker's key, the player should use this round to nab it. And also, if you've done the Easter egg, then trying to avoid zombies in this close quarter area is pretty much not that hard. Round 21 is the final easy round before the chaos ensues. The player should use this round to finish the free Kraken Easter egg, or build up points for the upcoming chaos, or you can just finish your specialist weapon in case you haven't forgotten until it's level 3 yet. Round 22 begins the final 8 rounds of the gauntlet, but the difficulty spikes massively. Round 22 requires players to kill elemental zombies with the corresponding reactive alternate ammo types. What does this mean? Well, in layman's terms, it just means that it's a game of rock, paper, scissors. To put it simply, Brain Rot is needed against fire zombies, Cryo Freeze against poison zombies, Kilowatt against water zombies, and Firebomb against electric zombies. Once enough have been killed by checking the progress bar in the bottom left hand of the corner of the screen, you can complete the round without a strike. Round 23 is where the pacing of the game slows to a halt and the game says screw you with a middle finger up to your face. You are reduced to your starting weapon, without homunculus or a shield. This is where the free Kraken comes into play. Collect the free Kraken from its holding place and utilize it to beat round 23. At this point, a Blightfather will more or less spawn in every round. I would highly recommend grabbing a new SX and quad packing it for round 27 during the challenge. Round 24 has a constant HP drain and health can be replenished by killing zombies. Round 25 is another defense mission, taking place in the spawn room on the forecastle and without a specialist weapon. Just make sure that anything you need should be obtained before round 25 and 26. Round 26 is all about speedrunning. The players need to complete the round in 2 minutes. This is 100% the most stress-inducing round in the entire run, and I highly recommend staying in one place and spamming the Kraken to sweep victory. Can you guess what round 27 is? Can you guess what it is? That's why it's our SX round. You can just go screw yourself, round 27. Round 27 is probably where you're going to get your strike. The Stokers will prove to be the biggest challenge if they can knock over zombies, causing them to respawn and soak up any bullets you fire at it. If you can, bring an insta-kill elixir. This will be the round to use it on. If you can somehow survive round 27, you'll move on to the final 3 rounds. Round 28 will remove the HUD, and the main difficulty comes in how much ammo you have in your clip. So just constantly reload, and you'll be fine. Round 29 restricts the player to anything but a pack-a-punch weapon. This challenge is actually pretty simple. You can use the shield, wraithfires, and specialist weapons. And if you get desperate, there's a KN-44 on the back of the poop deck. Finally, round 30 is the defense of the Grand Staircase. My main strategy is to train on top of the floor, spamming the Kraken to victory. It's more or less just a victory lap at that point, as you've pretty much won. Well, those are some of my strategies on how to beat the Gauntlet Unsinkable. Thank you for watching, and remember, keep on slaying.